On the journey to manifesting a relationship with our specific person, we cannot help but wonder, why do we become so attached to them? And why do we feel so anxious about them? And generally, why do we become attached to people that enter in our life? And why are we so anxious about that? Like, what is the core reason for that? Well, in this video, my friend, this is exactly what we will explore, and we will look at this problem from a couple of perspectives so that we have the whole picture of it. And by the end of it, you not only understand what is the reason behind being attached and anxious of your specific person, but you also see how you can get around that, how you can use that attachment, how you can channel that attachment productively so that you can consistently grow and become more authentic from any relationship with a specific person that you become attached to. So that being the case, let's directly get into the video. One last thing also, if you are new to the channel, subscribe to it, because in this channel, well, you understand, we'll be talking everything about how you can attract like more meaningful, uplifting, and supportive relationships in your life. So if this is something that you find valuable, if this is something that you find important for you, subscribe, and I would love to see you around. That being the case, let us begin. So I've written a couple of things that I wanna talk about. Now, what is the core reason? What is the problem behind being attached to our specific person? The problem is that most of us in our dating, in our romantic relationships, we are looking to be saved. And now let that sink in for a moment. Because if you are looking to be saved from your romantic relationship, then you are not wanting to give to it. You're not nurturing the other person. You're not helping them grow. No, in fact, it's the exact opposite. You're looking only to get from that relationship so that you feel good within yourself. So what happens most of the time, like when we are looking to manifest and like to keep a specific person in our life, and we are so attached and so needy of that, is because part of us, if you investigate deeply enough, you and go deeply within yourself, you realize that this inner child of yours, it is looking to be saved, it is looking to be validated, because part of it is afraid. And here are some of the beliefs that you can find yourself that you have, and in a while I'll also let you know how you can get around that so that you can start growing from your relationships. So some of the beliefs are that, like, I am afraid that I don't deserve love if isn't somebody in my life to consistently validate me. I don't deserve, I am good enough if nobody is here to show that to me. And so can you see how all of those beliefs, they're externalized? So we are looking for something on the outside to help us feel good within us. And so if this is the case, like if that happens, you will never be able to attract and manifest, and more importantly, keep a specific person in your life, because you're not looking to give to that relationship. Instead, you're looking to get. And if you're looking to get, like, obviously nobody wants to be with somebody who is needy and who is just there to take from the relationship, right? It's like, it makes sense because we feel that needy energy. Like other people, your specific person will feel that needy energy. They will feel that you're lacking love, you're lacking self-confidence, you're lacking self-validation, you're not feeling worthy within yourself. And that being the case, why would they want to have you in their life if you just like if you just slow them down in their growth, right? So this is obviously, if we're looking to be saved in our relationships, we cannot attract a specific person. And this is the core reason why we feel anxious and why we become so attached to our specific person. But luckily, there is a way to get around that. And if you find this to be true in your lives right now, then I highly encourage you, my friend, to start doing the inner work. And you can check out this video here in which I explain how your specific person already loves you from a greater point of view, from a like higher perspective, how they're helping you get more connected within yourself and like become a better version of yourself, to surrender your attachment to them. So in this video, it's like a guided meditation which you can try this process to see exactly like why you feel anxiously attached, and you can let go of that. So check it out here. But that being the case, what is the way to go around that? Because we don't only get attached to our specific person because we are looking to be safe. This is the one point of view. But as I told you in the beginning of this video, we will explore a couple of points of view. So here is the other one that you might wanna you might wanna comprehend and get to understand better. It's basically the more spiritual or metaphysical perspective. And so the way this point of view works, first of all, like, it's important to understand that we have a higher mind, like we have a higher self, a higher mind. And so our higher mind, our higher self, this is our relationships. The people we attract in our life is what our, and like how they make us feel is what our higher self is trying to communicate to us through the feelings that we experience in the relationships. And so anytime we feel attached to somebody, and like, it's not like, this is anytime you feel attached to anybody, it doesn't have to be one specific person, but you can try this process with one specific person. But generally, anytime you feel attached to anybody, or anytime you put somebody on pedestal and you admire them so much, you make them more important than yourself. Anytime this happens is because from this higher perspective, from the perspective of your higher mind, this other person is representing an authentic quality, part of your authenticity, part of your unique individuality that they're reflecting back to you. So what you're being attached to is not that person, not the form, not the body of that person. What you're being attached to is a specific quality in their personality that they're representing, and so that they're symbolizing. And so you need to understand what is it that you're attached to. And now let me give you an example of how this works, and like how you can understand what you're being attached to. Because when you understand that, and when you develop that quality within yourself, then you're using that relationship the way it was supposed to be used. So you're growing from it, you're using it for your own benefit. And so, for example, right now, like, I'm dating my specific person, and we're like exploring the potential of a relationship together, and we're just like exploring what we could learn from one another, like what we could learn from one another if we entered in a relationship. And it's like, it's already started, like, because I am attracted to her, and I was exploring within myself, okay, what am I being attached to within her? And so I was contemplating on this question, like, what is it that she's representing? What is it that she's symbolizing? What is the one thing that I really love about her? And so what I found out is that I am being attached to her patience, and to her calmness. So my specific person is currently representing patience, calmness, and trust in her love life. So that when I understood that, I decided within myself, okay, I need not only to learn that from her, but I need to embody those qualities within myself in my love life. So the more trusting, the more patient, and the more calm I become in my romantic relationships, in my love life, the less attached and needy I feel to her, because I am using her reflection. I am communicating with my higher self in this way, because I understand, okay, I am not attached to her specifically. I am attached to what she is representing to me. And what she is representing to me, this is calmness, this is patience, and this is trust in her love life, like in this aspect specifically. So she's really trusting. She knows that the right person will just like find her, and she's growing in, like, she's focused in other aspects of her life. She doesn't take it so seriously, like her romantic love life. And so this is what I'm so like, this is what I like so much about her. This is what I feel attracted to. And the moment I understood that and started developing those qualities within myself and embodying them, is like the moment I started becoming less and less needy and anxious. And so the more I embody those qualities within myself, the less attached I become, and the more natural and normal this relationship feels that we're exploring the potential of. So this is how it works with anybody. Like, I found this to be true with everybody in my life. With every woman I was attracted to, I found that I was attached to, I found that I wasn't really attached to her. I was attached to some qualities that she was representing and like she was a symbol of. And so when I became aware of what are those qualities, and they were different, like for example, in my first relationship, it was playfulness. I was attached to the playfulness of that girl. And when I became more playful in my like again romantic and professional life, I started letting go of my attachment to her. Next, I was being attached to, like in my previous relationship, for example, I was being attached to like how feminine this like this woman was. And so I understood through that attachment to her femininity, and not only that, but also how respectful she was to everybody in her life. Like she had huge respect for everybody. And so like when I started becoming more respectful of other people in my life, then I let go of that attachment, and I also like connected more with my masculinity. And so this is how it works. You need to understand that you do not become attached, you do not become anxious because you cannot live with that person. No, this is not the case. What you become attached to is what they're representing to you. This is how your higher self, through their reflection, your higher self is communicating with you what you need to develop within yourself to become more whole, to become more complete within yourself. And the more whole and the more complete you become, the more of this love that you're looking to get on the outside, you'll be starting to feel on the inside. And the more that happens, the more magnetic you will become. Because again, it's like you're being um, you're being autonomous, you're being self-sufficient, you can live on your own. You're not looking for your partner to save you, because now you understand that you're not being attached to them, you're being attached to what they represent to you. And the moment you understand what that is, what that quality is, and you start developing it within yourself, you will see how you take them off a pedestal, you see them as a normal person, and then you see how you're becoming what you were attached to in them. And the more you become what you were attached to in them, the less attached you will feel, the less anxious you will feel. And so the greater chance of like having a relationship with them you have, because it's like now you're learning, now you're growing. And this is what relationships are for. At this stage in my life, or like actually a while ago, I just made a decision that I'll perceive my relationships as a spiritual path. Like any person that gets attracted in my life, it's not random, it's not a coincidence. There is something that I am learning from them. And when I put my focus on what I'm learning from them, the relationship is just more conscious. Like conflict transitions into intimacy, transforms into intimacy. There is like every negative experience that we have with that specific person with whom I have a relationship, I am able to learn from it and become a better version of myself. And again, this is what relationships are for. They're here to help us grow. So if you feel attached to your specific person, and if you feel anxious about that, I challenge you, my friend, reflect on what you're being attached to them. Now, if I were to ask you this question, what is it that this person represents to you? What are they a symbol of? What are they an example of? What do you love so much about them? Is it how caring they are? Is it how respectful they are of others? Is it how inventive they are, for example? Is it how great faith they have, like how much faith they have? Is it how caring they are? Is it how transparent they are? Is it how confident they are? Is it how bold they are? What is this quality? The moment you become aware of that quality, and the moment you decide, I will embody that quality within myself, the attachment will drop. And then you find yourself that you're becoming magnetic, you're not being needy anymore. And so the relationship can actually go forward when you start learning from them. So what is it? Comment down below, let me know, contemplate on this question with me now. What are you being attached to in your specific person? What is this quality? Frame it, affirm it down within the comments, so that you make that decision, that you develop that quality within yourself. And the moment you do that is the moment, again, this attachment will start dropping. And this is actually true not only for people to whom you are attracted in romantic relationships and like in dating. No, this is also true for like people, let's say, who really admire, for example, Neville Goddard. I really admire Neville Goddard because of the faith he has for life and in life. I admire his faith, and that's why I study his material. That's why I'm a student of his, because I want to have the same amount of faith he has. And so he's representing faith to me. So this is why I admire him so much. This is why I see him as my teacher, because I know that I want to have greater faith in life. This is part of, again, this is part of what I came here to do, to have greater faith within myself about life, and to have greater faith in others also. So anytime you put somebody on a pedestal, the reason behind this is because you're learning something from them. And when you understand what you're learning, then you're consistently dropping them off the pedestal, and the relationship becomes more normal, more natural, more human-like, with less drama, and it actually develops. It actually has the chance to go to become deeper, because now you're learning from it, and now you have reasons to be grateful. And when you have more reasons to be grateful, well, obviously you're radiating a higher emotional state, a more elevated feeling state, and the higher you feel, the more attracted other people will be to you. So that being the case, my friend, again, I challenge you, contemplate. What is it you're being attached to in your specific person? What do they symbolize? Who are they to you? What are they an example of? What is your higher self communicating with you through their reflection, so that you can embody this quality within yourself and become more connected to your authenticity? That being the case, thank you so much for watching, my friend. If you found this video to be useful, like it, comment down below. Again, let me know what is this quality, so that you can affirm it for yourself. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to it, and I would love to see you around in the future videos. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. I love you.